Why should insurance companies be looking at tailored solutions? Why not? There are a bunch of companies that make a lot of money selling sort of industry specific solutions for fraud, for, first notice of loss, for a bunch of these things. Why should they consider tailored solutions? What's the crux of how you know whether you want something out of the box or whether you want something that can sort of adjust?
Yeah, the answer is going to be, it depends on the use cases and what the business driver is, right? And if you have a carrier that has, $1 billion in written premium, they're going to have a lot different needs than the carrier that is a State Farm or Geico or somebody like that, where, like if you look at the amount of lines of insurance that
Mhm.
some companies like that run, I mean, you're talking thousands and thousands of products, let alone before you're getting into annuities. And everything is different at the state level. So the needs are going to vary based on where they see being able to improve the market the most. But if we can improve the market as a whole, we have to lower the cost of insurance for companies, for individuals, and have it because the price has gone up substantially in insurance in the last few years. It's expected to be a $3 trillion GDP in 2 or 3 years.
You were
So
telling me
if we
that.
can improve, the improvements won't always be the same. So I think we have to right fit for the right companies, the right solutions. And it's going to be different. It's going to be organizations like yourself, Camunda. There's going to be stuff from the main players like Guidewire, Duck Creek. But it just depends on the scenario and where we can save the most money and do the right thing while keeping track of the regulations and the
Yeah.
requirements from the regulatory market.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. I think that when there's a carrier that needs to be able to do something idiosyncratic, something that is sort of their special sauce, the way they do it, that's not the way that everyone else does it. I think a tailored solution makes sense, right? I think when you have an innovative idea that you want to sort of bring to market, right? Or when you have growth projections that may not, maybe the vendor that you're working with doesn't have what you want on their roadmap for another 24 months. That's an eternal
Yeah.
world we live in, right? So I
Do
think
you
that's
see that? That's really interesting what you said. So you're touching upon new products. You're talking about risk management.
yes,
Maybe things that are affect the actuaries. So you seem to think not only on the big systems like on the claim systems, but also on the things that are really the differentiators.
yes, sir. We in the business world, as you know, we always talk about things like opportunity risk, right? But I always think about opportunity. And what I mean by that is that because of what's happened with AI and automation, there's an opportunity to solve problems quickly and to accelerate toward your goals quickly, which I think brings about new opportunities. And I hate to be the person that has the opportunity in front of me and doesn't have the tooling to take advantage of it, right? And I don't think you get there with a cast iron solution that, has a product update every 24 months, right? I don't think that's how you get there anymore. I think that way of thinking um, is horses, and we are no longer, your competitors are not riding horses anymore.